Hello my dear students, in this second video on MySQL joins, I am going to discuss about the various types of joins that can be performed in MySQL and how can we write the MySQL commands for that. Basically, the joining is a query that allows you to combine the records or the rows from multiple tables in a database and then present those records as a single table. A joining is done because of the following reasons. Sometimes we need the informations that is coming from the more than one table. That is, the informations provided by the single table is not sufficient. But if we combine the two tables, then the informations can be easily generated. So if the tables are linked with some common field values, so one can easily join them and get the fetched desired informations in the required form. This thing will be more clear to you in the coming session of this video. Let us now talk about the different types of joins one by one and discuss their importance. First is the Cartesian product, or it is an unrestricted join in which we are joining the each and every row of the first table with the each and every row of the second table. It is also called unrestricted join where the two tables are joined unrestrictedly, that is, there is no restriction on joining. Any row is joining with any other row without any conditions or restrictions. The query to be written for the Cartesian product is select star from table 1 and table 2, where table 1 and table 2 are the tables which are joining. Let us try to understand it with an example. Suppose I have a table 1 and table 2 and I want to join them through Cartesian product, and the Cartesian product will be denoted by A cross B. Now, if I want to join the records of the table A with the table B, what will happen is that the table A has two columns F1 and F2, and there are three records A1, A2, B1, B2 and C1, C2 are in the three records in a table. Now if the Cartesian product is performed, what will happen is that this record of the table will join with the first record of the table B, and this will join with another record of the table B. So the first record will join with both the records and every other record if we have with join, and we will get these two records in the output in this way. They are joined in a single row in this way. The same thing will repeat when we join the B1 and B2 with the same way. B1 and B2 will be joined with the E1 and E2 of these things. Now when B1 and B2 will join, B1 and B2 will join in this way with all the records of the table B, and so on. We have all the records will be joined on the table, and we get this output. Let us understand it with a practical table also. Suppose I have two tables in my database. Number 1 is the table is employee, select star from employee. This is my table employee having 5 records, and another table department in which I have kept the informations about the department. Now if I perform the Cartesian product of these two tables, I will be getting the output as follows. If you see these records, you will see that the first record of the table 1, that is employee number 1, Raj, manager, the salary and department 10, is joining with all the 4 records of the table 2, and we are getting these first 4 records of the table. Similarly, the second record of the table employee is joining with all the records of the table 2, and we are getting the next 4 records, and so on. If you see clearly this table, we are getting the 20 rows, that is the number of rows appearing in the output table. This is called Cartesian product of the two tables, employee and department. The next question, can we find out the degree and cardinality of the table 2? The answer is Cartesian product of can we find the degree and cardinality of the output table? The answer is yes. Suppose the table A has the rows m into n, that is m rows and n columns, and the table B is p by q, that is it has p rows and q columns. So the degree of the table will be any number of columns in the output table will be n plus q, that is the sum of the two tables, sum of the columns of the number of columns of the two tables, and cardinality will be the product of the number of rows of the two tables. So in our example also we see employee table has 5 records and the 5 columns. B department table has 4 records and 3 columns, so we are getting here 4 plus this 5 plus 3, that is 8 columns. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 columns are there, and there are 5 into 4 20 records in the output. So we can easily find out the category and cardinality of a Cartesian product table in this way. But now the question arises, why this Cartesian product is called unmeaningful. First, I hope that you have understood what is Cartesian product. That is why now I am moving to the next question, why the Cartesian product is unmeaningful and unrestricted. Unrestricted, I already explained you that there is no restriction on joining the records of the table. Now the second thing is that why it is unmeaningful, we try to understand this through these things. That in this table, if you see that the Raj record is joining with the next 4 records of the table, due to which one cannot get the correct information that Raj is connected to with which department and what is his department location. Somebody will see it and get confused to see this record. Same is happening with the Ram and other employees of the table. So in this table, all the records, most of the records are unmeaningful. Only a few records are meaningful where the department number is common for the table. For example, this first record in the table, for example, the first record in the table, this first record in the table is giving a meaningful information because the department number is same in both the tables. Then next is this record is giving me the correct information. This record is also giving me the correct information, and this information giving me the correct information. So out of these 20 records, only these 5 records are giving the useful information. The reason is that in those cases the department number, which is a common field in both the tables, is equal. So only those 5 records are giving meaningful information and rest all are giving us the false informations about the table. So we have to keep these records out if we want to have a proper joining. So this is all about the Cartesian product we can have. Now how can we get such informations in our Now how can we get all the informations that we require? For that we are moving to the next topic, that is the equijoin of our table. A equijoin is a query in which the columns are compared for equality. Let us understand this with more clear with our example. Now again I am moving to our tables employee and department. See here, what I am doing here is that I am trying to understand, teaching you the equijoin query also. This is the query in which we are comparing the equality. We will try to find out a common column between these two tables. Here department number is the common column. Now if I try to put a restriction on that, so that only those 5 records should come in my table, what I can do is that I can use the where clause. Let me suppose I want to show you how can I write this clause. Select star from employee, comma, department, where. Now I am putting the condition. Now if I put the condition department number equal to department number, this will create a MySQL ambiguity situation because these two department, I am actually talking about these two fields, but the MySQL would get confused and will give you an error. Now how can we do this? How can we resolve this? We will write the qualified names of these fields. We will write along with their table names, their complete field, and we will find only those records of the both the tables in which the department number is equal. I am again repeating that first you will write the columns names. In the where clause you will write the column name department number is equal, but if you writing the department number, you will have to write it with the table name. That, for example, this first department number is of employee table, so you will write employee dot department number, and it must be equal to the department dot department number. When you write this query, you will get only those records from the out of 15 records in which both the values are equal. See, this is your equi-join query. Now in this query you see that all the fields of the department are equal and they are giving you the correct information. Raj is a manager whose department number is 10 and he is in production or Delhi department. You can see that there is a production and Delhi department. Similarly, Sanjay is also a programmer who his salary is 50,000 and whose department number is 40 and he is working in IT department situated in Noida. So now we are getting the useful information. So equi-join is a very important topic which we are going to learn, and this is the equi-join is the most important join which we are going to learn in this thing, in this chapter. I hope now the equi-join is clear to all of you. You can use the equi-join queries for writing the various types of queries also. For example, I can use this equi-join query to perform the various types of other queries. Now using this equi-join query, I can write the other queries just like I was writing on a single table. That is, the current table which on your screen will be treated as a single table, and you can write the various other queries on this. For example, you want to order these records. So how can you order by these records? You can write after this order by here, order by, and then you will specify the field name on the basis of which you want to do ordering. Suppose I want to order them by name wise, I can write ename. So all the records after joining will be shown in the order of their ascending order of their names. This is how the thing is, that after joining you will get a single table and you can perform all the operations that you were performing on a single table, you can perform on this join single table. That is what I am telling you. Now this table is also giving you the information which is available from the both the tables. Here you see that I was not getting the information of the Raj is from the first table. I am getting only the information that Raj was in department 10, but I was not getting the information about the where is the department 10 is located and situated. But from the table 1 is now, from this joint table I can easily see that the Raj is in the production department and its location is Delhi. So this is how the combining the two tables will give you the required information which you want. You can always you can use group by and every other operators which you have learned on a single table can also be used on the group on this join table. Now next topic I am telling you is that how can you use the table aliases in equi-join. Let me first tell you what is a table aliases and then how it is can be used in our queries. You can use a shortcut name for your table names in the writing MySQL joining queries. Let me show you how can you use it and what are the table aliases. Suppose I am writing this query select star from employee. I put a common short name for here in this table just after its name in the from clause E, and for the department table I will write the D. Now this E and D will be the table aliases and I can use them in writing this query. E and D can be used here for writing E dot department number as a short name for employee. E can be used as a short name for the employee, and D dot department number, here D is used as a short name for the department. So how the table aliases has helped us to write a very query in a compact way and easy way. So this is how we can do the use of table aliases in joining query. You can use also in the select part of the query. If you are writing here select star, you are getting all the records. Suppose you want to get the employee number, okay, job, department number, department name, sorry, D name, and the location of only these you wants to field show from the join table. You can do this way, right? Employee, department D, where E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. So in this query you will not get all the columns, only these selected columns will be given in the output. One more thing I want to tell you is that in this query, if you write the column number as a common column, then it must be followed, it must be with the its table name also, which you have given as a short name. Otherwise you will not be able to get the employee comma department D, where E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. Again repeating, what I am saying is that if you want to show any column which is common in both the tables, for example department number is a common column in both the tables, so I have to write its name with the table name also. For example, if I write E dot department number, then it will take the department number of this table employee here. Out of these two, it will going to take the first. Okay, see, some error has occurred. Select employee number, then D dot department number. This is okay. Then employee E department D, where E dot department number is equal to employee number E dot department number from employee E, and in this query what we are doing is that we have taken, now in place of that I am changing only these fields. I am taking only D dot department number. See, only I am getting the department field of the table. If I write this query with E dot, it will going to display me the department number of the table employee. Next, you can also use some conditions also you can apply with the where, in the where clause. For example, I want to, let me first show you all the entire table also with all the fields and all the rows. Now in this table I want to see only those records in which the salary is more than 10,000. So I can write here, I condition here, and sal greater than 25,000. So only those records will be there. All of them have salary greater than 1,000. Suppose I write greater than 50,000. So I will get only the two records in which the salary is greater than 50,000. So in this conditions can be put after the where clause also, just like you are putting the conditions on a single table. So I hope now the joining is clear to you, all of you, and how can we use the table analysis in joining, and how can we put the additional such conditions in the equi-join. Now next type of join is a natural join, in which we are avoiding the duplicate columns. We are removing the repetition of the column. Let us understand this and what is natural join. Natural join is a kind of a equi-join itself. For example, when I write this query, when I am writing the joining query of equi-join, what I am doing is that select star from employee, it will going to show me all the records with all the columns. Now this department number is a common column which is appearing here, it is showing twice. If I somehow stop this repetition of this column in my output, then I will get a natural join query. How can I stop this? I can take the department number column from any one table, and this I can do by writing a query in such a way that select E dot star. E dot star means all the columns of the table employee, where E is the short name I will going to use. Okay, then if I write D name and D location, it means I want all the columns of the table employee E star and the department name and department location columns of the table department. In the table department we have 3 columns, but I am taking these 2 columns. I am avoiding this column. So what will happen is that department number will come only from the employee table and not from the department table. Okay, let me show you here this employee. Now I have taken a short name, then department D, where E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. Now this is your output where the department number common field is not repeating, it is removed from the output. This is known as your natural join of the 2 tables. You can take you can avoid the use of department from the employee table. You can stop the you can take employee number, employee name, job, salary from the employee table, and all the fields from the department table. This also will going to give you a natural join query. So this is how we can perform the natural join query on our. So we have learned in this so far what is the Cartesian product, what is there, why the Cartesian product is called unmeaningful or unrestricted. Then we, from the Cartesian product, we have learned how can we get a equijoin, in which we are joining the 2 columns on the basis of some column number, on the basis of some common column, and so on. We have learned the natural join. Okay, now let us move to the to use joining clause, and it will also gives us one more method of doing the joining. So far now up to we have done the joining in a traditional SQL style. SQL provides us one more clause called join clause, using which we can also do the joining in the same way. Let us now try to understand this joining one by one on all the types of join. First we will learn how we can do the cross joining, that is also the another name for the Cartesian product. Here we will write select star from employee cross join department. Let me show you how can we do this in our SQL. I have these 2 tables, employee and department. Now I want to do the joining of these, that is the I want to do the Cartesian product. Now the cross join is a one more name for which can be used for the Cartesian product. So simply I will write select star from employee join. I can use join word also in between. The syntax is that I have to put the join word in between the 2 tables names, and then this will do their Cartesian product. See, I have written what query select star from employee join department. So join word is used in between, the join clause is used in this way, where I put the join word in between the 2 tables names, and then it gives me the Cartesian product. I can use also the word cross join also for doing the Cartesian product here, and I will get the same result. So this is how the join clause is used. Now this same join clause can be used to perform the equijoin also. In that case I will have to use the join word, and then I will put the condition here using the on clause. On, I will write on, and then I use the common field which is between the 2 tables, and I will write department number just I was using previously, employee department number, employee dot department number is equal to department dot department number. See, again I am showing you the query. I have written it select star from employee join department D, and then with using the on clause I will put the condition of joining as I was putting this condition using the where clause in our traditional SQL style. So in this way I have done the equijoin. So one must be use this joining method can also be used if the previous one is not convenient to one. Now you can use this and put the some conditions also here. For example, if you want the use put a condition only for those employees whose salary is more than 50,000, you can write and sell greater than where you can use where salary sell is greater than 50,000. So using the conditions, you can put the conditions, you can do the searching on the clause also. Similarly, you can also do the natural join also. In this new joining clause, you will write in the way that you will just put the natural join here, you will write the keyword natural join here, and then you will just remove all these things. It will automatically do the natural joining. There is no need to write the on clause there, and you will get the natural join where the common column will come only in front of that output. It will not come twice, but it will come in front of the output, and a common column will come once in the output. And you can also use the table aliases with the natural join. Is, for example, you can use E then with equijoin. If you want to do equijoin, you will write join then department D on E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. What I am telling you is that you can use the table aliases also with the department field you can also use the table aliases in the SQL query, and you can use them in your joining with on clause. So this is the about the join clause. There is one more method of joining the tables using the alias clause. It is the third method using which you can do the equijoin between the two tables. What you will write that instead of on clause you will write using department number. Let me show you how this is done. Let me show you how it can be done. We will write here select star from employee E join department D using, and in the after the using in the brackets you will write that common column on the which you are joining. Sorry, first I show you without the column aliases. Select star from employee join the spelling mistake of writing and joining was there. So see here what I have written the query select star from employee E join department D using department number. So this is the third method using which also you can do the equijoin. So finally we can have that we have the three methods of equijoin. First is using where, and then second is using join clause, and third one is using clause. So all the three out of all the three methods you can use any one of them for joining. If we see about what's the difference between the on clause and joining clause is that on clause we have to specify condition, but with the using clause we have to just specify the field on which you want to join. Okay, it produces equijoin, whereas using if you use equijoin then it will gives you the natural join. Natural join means that the common column will be coming once only here. If you see this output, the common column is coming only once. Okay, second is, so this is the all about the types of joins which we are doing so far. Now the next category of the joins is the left join and right join. These are also the joins which sometimes we use for doing our SQL queries. Now let us try to understand them in detail. Using the equijoin, when you join the table based on some conditions, you find that only some, not all the rows from the either table match with the rows of the other table. When you display using equijoin or natural join, it only shows you the match rows. What if you want to know all the rows from a table did not match with the other? In such a case, MySQL left and right join can be very helpful, and it refers to the order in which the tables are put together and the results are displayed. Let us now try to understand these left and right join one by one. Now left join of a clause is used when in this we will get all the rows from the first table will be returned to you. For match rows, the normal joining will occur as it was occurring previously. For those rows which are not matching, a null will be shown in the columns. Okay, let me repeat it again. When we do the left join, as the word left means the table on the left hand side, a table which is first in your joining, it will be going to be it is the table whose all the records are going to be displayed. All the rows of the table will be displayed. Okay, then those rows which are matching, there will be a normal join, and for those rows which are not matching, you will see a null value in the column. For example, I am writing how can I write the query? Select star from EMPL E left join D on department number is equal to D dot department number. Now what is happening is that I am doing a left join here. Okay, select star from EMPL left join department D as you were writing in the previously. Just you have to put the left word also in between and join, and then you see how the results will appear. You see all the records from the table 1 will come in the output, and those who are getting the join, the values are shown from the department table. But for those which there is no joining, for example 50 and 60 departments are not in your table, then it's for not available in the department table. For that it is showing a null value. Let me show you through an example all these how it is happening. So see this is my employee table in which I have the records, 10 records, and there is their departments, and this is my table in which I have the departments names and all these. Now if I try to do the left join between these two tables, select star from EMPL E left join department D on E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. See what happened is that all the records from the table 1 has appeared. Now for those the matching records are there in the table 2, in the department 2. See 10, 20, 30, 40, we have all the 10, 20, 30, 40, we have the matching. For the 50 and 60 department number, for 150 we do not have a matching records in the table department, so we are getting the null values on the right hand side table of it. This is known as your left join. I hope this is clear to you now. Finally, we can say that all the records from the first table will come. EMPL table has come. For matching, joining is done for matching the joining, normal joining as it is happening was there, it will be done. And for unmatched records, the null value is inserted on the right hand side and it is shown in the second table. What if we suppose the tables are reversed in the query, then what will happen? Let us suppose we make the table department as first table and the employee as a second table. Then what will happen? The same thing will be applicable for the first table, that is department. Yani all the records of the department table will come. Okay. For matching, again joining will be done, and for the unmatched, the null value is inserted on the right, that is the column that is the shown in the columns of the second table. See here, department is the first table and employee is the second table, so all the records from the employee table will come here, and from the department table will come, and those for which the matching values records are available in the employee will match, and for those 70, 80 and 90 there is no such employees in those departments, so you will get the null values. Let me show you also this practically. Suppose I am writing here, now select star from EMPL, sorry, first I have to write department D from EMPL E, again from department D I have to use the left and right join here, left join EMPL E on E dot department number is equal to D dot department number. So this is the output in which I am getting the null values for which the records are not matching in the table first. So this is how the left join is used in some cases. Now the move to the right join. Right join is exactly the opposite of the left join. Okay, all the rows from the second table will be returned. In this case all the rows from the second table will be returned. For the matching rows you will see the joining will occur, and for the unmatched rows you will see that the null will be shown in the column in the first table. Again I am taking the same example of the table employee and the right join. In this the second table is department D. It will be coming on the right hand side of your query output, and those records which are matching from the employee table will be shown on the left hand side, and those which are not matching you will see that they have the null values here. Similarly if I go to before that I want to tell you one more thing. Finally we can see that all the records from the department table have come. For those who are matching there will be joining will be done, and for unmatched null is inserted on the left hand side. Now suppose if in this case also tables are reversed in the query, then what will happen that all the records again from the second table, that will be EMPL table, will come on the right hand side. Okay, all the records from the EMPL table second table will be coming on the right hand side. For matching records you will see the joining is done, and for unmatched records null is inserted on the left hand side. So this is all about we can do the joining and this thing. Let us try to now understand what are the different types of joins through an exercise. What are the different types of joins we have learned so far through an exercise. For example, student 1 and marks 1 are the two tables here. Now you have to write a Cartesian query using join clause. You have to use all the three methods. So these are the three methods. You can use any one of three methods for Cartesian product. First is select star from student 1 comma marks 1, or you can write select star from student 1 join marks 1, or you can write select star student 1 cross join marks 1. Second is, this is the output of this. You can write the equijoin query using where clause method. Suppose I want to do equijoin between these two tables. So using the where clause you can write in this way: select star from student 1 marks 1 where student roll number is equal to m dot roll number. Third is using the join. Third query is that using the join clause also you can do this thing. Select star from student 1 as join marks m on the s dot roll number and m dot roll number. This is the output of that query. And the third one is you can use the use clause also. Now the left join between, using the student table as the first table, you can write select star from student 1 left join marks 1 m. Okay, and you can also write the right join query between those two tables: select star from student 1 right join marks m. So these are the different methods of writing the SQL queries we have learned so far. Now I come to an end of this topic, SQL joining. I hope you have learned all the different types of joins. In case any queries you can ask and contact me too for your doubts clarification. Thank you.